You know, when you start out on Farming Simulator 25 and you're moving some pallets of eggs here and there a little bit, it's kind of fun. But we end up with a whole bunch. The fun kind of goes away and you don't have time to do that anymore. Same thing with pallets of wool. If you got a bunch of wool you got to take to the market, after a while it just becomes a big chore, especially if you're playing by yourself. So let me show you a mod that's going to help you with that. Okay, it's called Lazy Distribution, and the way you find that is you go in and search on the Mod Hub. Just type in Lazy, and it's going to come up. That's it here, Lazy Distribution. And let me just go over a couple of things. They've made some changes to it too, if you've played or used this before. Okay, it has animal pen feeding now. You can feed basically all your animals, your pigs, chickens, sheep, and you can feed TMR to your cows. There's some caveats to that, and I'm going to show you that too in just a second. It has some new silos. You can distribute crops to other production sites. You can do eggs, honey, wool, goat milk distribution. I'll show you that. There's a cow point to distribute milk, buffalo milk, slurry, manure. There's a greenhouse point to distribute water, seed, and fertilizer to greenhouses. Doesn't do manure though. And a wood point to drop off cut trees. So this is a pretty cool mod. There's some further instructions there. Let's jump into the meat of it. Okay, first of all, how do you automatically ship pallets of stuff like eggs or wool? So what you're going to do is go by your pen, go to construction menu to animals, and go over to whatever pen you're at. So we're at chickens. And once you have this mod loaded, you're going to see there where you have the egg thing to ship eggs, lazy egg distribution, and it'll show the picture of the eggs. So you'll see this little square there. You just line that up, and usually you got to hit Y to overlap, and then you just put that in there. Boom. Okay, and that's what I have here. You can see the little egg symbol sticking out there. So what it's going to do, once you have it loaded, it's going to show up under your productions as a lazy egg distribution, and you'll see it there. You can set it to selling or storing, and it stores 15,000 liters, which is pretty good. So if you have a small farm, I have another small farm that I'm working on, and I can store them and just sell them, when the price is high once a year because it's a small chicken pen. On this big one there, I just got them selling all the time now because I got 400 something chickens and it makes a lot of eggs. And you get the same thing for some other things such as sheep, cows, and the cow pen is really useful. Okay, what you're going to do in the cow pen is the same process there. You just go over to cows and you'll see the little feed thing there. Okay. So you're going to take that, and that's only TMR. It's not going to give them hay, but it will do straw also. And you put that where the feed goes. If you're in a building like this, if you turn your angle, see, I have put that up in there inside that building by turning the angle there. If you try to do it too steeply up here, it messes up. So just tilt your angle so you can see in there, and then you're able to place it inside the building, which is pretty cool because I have 300 something cows in here. It's hard to keep this pen full. And let me show you the other end of this. Okay, the other end of that for the cows is this thing. So what I would do is go to construction, over to silos, and you're going to see some silos down there like this. There's two types for cows. There's a small one that holds 500,000. I got the big one because this is a big farm and it holds 2 million. And then you have one just for straw. But if you use this, it's a combination, so that works great. So I have this thing here. I put that in. It cost $80,000. And that's it there, and that's for my cows. Okay, now you can also feed your pigs with it. However, let me show you on the menu here. Okay, that's it here. But you're feeding them pig food, and what I'm doing is I'm feeding them corn. I'm feeding them crops. so I'm not feeding them pig food, so I can't really use that for the pigs. Okay, so there you go. So I'm not using a pig one on this farm. I have used a mixer and made pig food, and then you can feed them that way. Now there's a caveat here, because when you distribute these things, so I got my straw distributing, my TMR distributing, and that goes right to my cows. So if you look at my cows are full of, stuff. Their food is maxed out, the straw is maxed out, okay? Because this little gizmo is feeding them. All right, now the reason I'm not using it for the sheep or my chickens is a couple of things. Because when you put it on distribute, it's going to distribute to anything that will take it. I have this fermenter here that takes hay and grass, and the capacity is 3 million. And when it distributes, it does it based on the capacity. It's going to prorate it based on the capacity. Well, the capacity of my chicken pen is very small, okay, but my capacity of my sheep pen, and my fermenter is very large, so it sends most of my grass to my fermenter if I try to use that, and very little to the sheep pen. Same thing with the chickens, because I have a grain dryer up here, and it holds 1.5 million liters. So when I try to do wheat or barley or something to my chickens, it sends most of it to the grain dryer. So you can kind of use it with that. I wish you had a way to monitor that. Now, there is another mod you can get if you're playing on PC. The Lazy Animal mod is available on console also, but if you're playing on PC, they have something called the Improved Product Distribution Mod. Okay, the Improved Product Distribution Mod. And what that allows you to do is, if you have your item turned off, your production, so if I went in here to my fermenter and turned that off, okay, then I could distribute grass and it's not going to go there. So that's kind of handy. You just got to remember to do that. So it's kind of a workaround to make that work. Okay, workaround to make that work. So remember, if you have other productions, though, you just got to be careful. You're like, oh yeah, it's not working. Well, that's because it sent so much to somewhere else. Does very little. Okay, it has also a greenhouse item. If you go to construction, once again, you go into the particular item. So under the animals, you got cows. Nothing for horses, but you do have the one for pigs. Okay, and you got the sheep and you got chickens. Okay, one more thing for cows. You see behind me a milk tank and a slurry tank, a big stack of manure, and you have to take those things to the dairy or the biogas plant and wherever to get rid of that stuff. But I have put this little thing in here. So if you go to the construction menu again, under cows, you'll see this thing. Okay, and that's what I have here. Let me show you on the other menu once it's installed. It looks like this. So I got buffalo milk and I got milk on storing, and when the prices go up in January, I'll put that on selling, because it holds 150,000 liters. That's pretty good. So I can sell all my milk there in January, or at least September and then January. And you can do the same thing with manure and slurry. So that's kind of cool. It saves you a trip, some mileage there on your vehicles. So all I do is I just go from here and dump it into there, instead of driving all the way to the dairy. So it does save you some time there on your milk and slurry and manure and other things that you have to sell with a cow barn. If you go under productions and go over to greenhouses, once you've loaded this mod, you'll see this little gizmo where you can give them fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, solid fertilizer, water. There you go. Now this one on this map, you can do the water. Okay, you can do the water part, but it does not do manure. Doesn't do manure. So there you go. You still have to add the manure, but it will distribute water to your greenhouses. Now I did try this on this map. This is Iowa Plains, and Iowa Plains has maple trees. Okay, so not only did it water my greenhouses, okay, it put water in my greenhouses, but it also watered my maple trees. So that's pretty cool. It's an added bonus from this. So you can have this one point here to put water in, and it's going to water all 3 greenhouses plus my maple trees. So that's pretty cool deal there. Pretty cool deal. And it keeps your map pretty clean there as far as obstacles to drive into. So that's pretty cool. Okay, another cool thing you can do with this mod, if you go to construction under silos and scroll down once you've got the mod loaded, you'll see it down here, Lazy Distribution Mod. And you have some silos you can get. And what it's going to do is distribute those products to whatever factory production site you may have. So any of these products there, your regular stuff that you could put, including cotton, you could even put cotton in there, potatoes and different things, beets, things you don't normally put in silos, sugar cane, corn, of course your regular grains, grapes, etc. You can put them in here and it's going to send them to your production point to save you some driving time. So that's kind of cool, and it looks like a regular silo. Okay, it looks like a regular silo, and there's different sizes. There's a 500,000 one, a million one, and a 2 million one. Okay, and then you have a point for wood distribution. Okay, basically it's just a point where you can drop off wood, and it will send that, distribute that to where you need that to go. So this is a pretty cool mod, and one of the things I like about it too, I used to use the animal distribution mod, and it puts a little box right here, and the little box, the little cabin looking thing, is kind of in the way. Okay, it's kind of in the way, and with this mod, it's very clean. You don't really see anything there. When you come up here, you'll see the little egg thing, the little emblem, and that's it. That's it. There's no obstructions here, so I like that. I like that. It's a pretty cool mod, so give that a shot. I had a few questions on this, so it's a great mod. I've been playing with it and using it, and I like it. So if you're trying to farm a big farm by yourself, it's a great mod to have. That's a Lazy Distribution Mod. It has a bunch of parts to it, so you got to get in there and play with it. So I'm Farmer Teacher. Share this with your farming buddies. I'll see you on the next go round. Bye-bye.